Sales are going good. I got 17 orders in the last 3 days. Welcome to Matt's Profit Pursuit. I'm Matt. I'm a part-time reseller. I sell on eBay. I make what sold videos so you see what's selling right now on eBay and break down those sales so you see exactly how much is made after fees, cost of goods, shipping, and taxes are taken out. Like I said, I got 17 orders going out and a random box that was sent to me by accident. So it's not really a return, but it was. Anyways, we'll go over that here in a minute. Let's see what sold. These Olukai little booties. I paid $2.70 for these shoes. They sold for $24.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $42.68, and after fees and shipping, I get $19.05. Timberland, kind of like a combat style boot, maybe like a biker boot. I paid $2.35 for these boots. They sold for $17.49 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $35.56, and after fees and shipping, I get $11.45. This Magellan GPS unit. I paid 95 cents for this, and it sold for $12 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $19.96, and after fees and shipping, I get $9.42. This Disney duffel bag. I paid $2.25 for this bag, and it sold for $13 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $22.22, and after fees and shipping, I get $8.39. Another pennant sold. These are selling pretty good right now. Seattle. I paid 10 cents for this pennant, and it sold for $12.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $19.72, and after fees and shipping, I get $9.52. These are pieces to a Cars like racetrack thing. They had the whole thing at the bins, I believe. I just took some of the parts that I thought would sell. It took a lot longer to sell than I thought. I paid $2.10 for these pieces, and they sold for $14.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $26.48, and after fees and shipping, I get $11.67. All black Vans, high top. You're not going to get rich selling these, but the high top Vans have a good sell-through rate. I paid $3.10 for these, and they sold for $20 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $34.90, and after fees and shipping, I get $15.37. These Nikes with the waffle bottoms. These are the Nike Challenger, and I paid $1.10 for these, and they sold for $17.49 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $27.60, and after fees and shipping, I get $11.27. These On Clouds are kind of dirty and beat up. I've actually sold these before, and they were returned, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. I've talked about this before, but certain brands of running shoes, especially if they are trail running shoes, can sell well even if they're beat up and old, because people like to use those for a training pair or for a mud run. I paid $1.70 for these, and they sold for $30.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $41.84, and after fees and shipping, I get $19.64. Sold these Nike Dunks. They're like a mosaic. I know I said Dunks, but these are actually Nike Blazers. I paid $2.50 for these, and they sold for $27.49 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $37.74, and after fees and shipping, I get $19.62. Sold this Harvard tennis hat. I paid 30 cents for this hat, and it sold international for $10 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $15.75, and after fees and shipping, I get $9.19. This is a Dickies work jacket. I paid $2.30 for this jacket, and I've had it for a while, so I took an offer of $11 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $23.43, and after fees and shipping, I get $10.96. This is a Nike beanie. I paid about 20 cents for this beanie, and it sold for $8 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $13.25, and after fees and shipping, I get $5.85. the McMinimans shirt. McMinimans is a restaurant and brewery in the Pacific Northwest. The one closest to me, actually they have a big plot of land and they have different styles of bars on it and a field where they have outdoor concerts. I paid 75 cents for this shirt and it sold for $10.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $17.22, and after fees and shipping, I get $9.35. A pair of Levi's 560s. I paid $2.75 for these jeans and they sold for $15.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $28.23, and after fees and shipping, I get $15.30. This is a pair of Columbia snow pants. I paid $2.40 for these and they sold for $24.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $42.68, and after fees and shipping, I get $20.17. And a grunt style U.S. Army hoodie. Grunt style, if you didn't know by the name, is a military apparel. They have a pretty good sell through. I paid $2 for this hoodie and it sold for $19 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $29.14, and after fees and shipping, I get $16.50. So this box that I got was kind of funny. I got this a week ago or so now, and I open it up and it's a pair of, let's pull it up. It's a new pair of Danner boots. I'm like, okay. It's kind of weird. I asked my wife if maybe she ordered them. They're a woman's 10. That's kind of big for her. But the name on the package is my name on eBay. It's not my full name. It just says Matt F. So I knew it was from eBay, so it was super weird. But the person who sent it to me, their last name sounded familiar. Also on here, I finally noticed that it said eBay return ID and then the order number. So it took me a minute, but I found it. And this was a person, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I sold a pair of Doc Marten Chelsea boots, and they sent them back because they didn't fit. Well, apparently they printed off another label to me, but they meant to send that back to REI. So I let them know, hey, I got this, I'm just gonna write, but I had opened it, so I taped it back up and wrote return to sender. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna drop it off. So hopefully they'll get it back, and they'll probably be charged some postage. Well, it came back to me saying that I need to pay $12.20 to ship it back to them. Well, I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, I just messaged them again and say, hey, it came back again, I don't know what to do now. And the first time I almost didn't put the effort in on trying to find who it was. I figured at some point somebody would contact me. And if they don't, then I have a pair of boots I'm going to list. I don't know. So it's kind of funny though. They bought a pair of boots for me. They didn't fit right. They sent it back, and mine were a size 10 as well, I believe. Then they bought these ones. They're size 10. And they're shipping them back. Quick update. So I let them know, hey, these got sent back to me. I'm not sure what to do at this point. And they said, I know it's a big ask, but can I send you the QR code and can you drop it off? And then they said, happy to Venmo gas money, which I'm sure the eBay algorithm loved to see. So I said, sure, send me the QR code. No need for payment. I wanted to make sure that was in there for eBay, and also it was just going to the post office anyways. So I got the QR code and dropped it off for them. So that's my interesting story for the day. Now let's break down the sales. So for those items, including what the buyers paid for shipping, I have a total sales of $457.10. After fees are taken out, I'm left with $224.54, minus the cost of goods, which is $29.28. Then I'm left with $195.26. Take away 25% for taxes, which is $48.81. Then I'm left with $146.45. Take 20% to invest back into the business, which is $29.28. And that means I get $117.17 in my pocket. There's about 4 hours worth of work, so after fees and everything are taken out, that gives me an hourly rate of $29.29. Now, a couple things when it comes to the hourly rate. Obviously, that's after all the fees and everything are taken out. Your hourly rate on your regular job, you'll say, oh, I make $30 an hour. You don't do the math and figure out how much you're going to get after taxes and then say, oh, I actually make $20 an hour. So the number I'm giving you is after I put away money for taxes and after reinvesting back into the business. And also that's only pertaining to the items I'm talking about in that video. Everything I list doesn't sell. So I'm putting time into the business that I'm never going to get payment for. But for these items, that's the hourly rate. And for me, that's a pretty good weekend. I'm still running my 50% off sales. So obviously things aren't selling for as high a price as I would like them to be, but they're selling. I would rather them sell than just sit in my bins. That's it for me. I really appreciate you watching. Catch you on the next one. God bless. Peace.